Welcome, my dear fellows, and everyone to our channel where we bring you the most valuable information about rare coins, hidden treasures, and incredible stories behind pieces of history that can turn an ordinary pocket change into something worth a fortune. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and highly collectible coins in American history, the Liberty I dime from 1967, a coin that carries not just monetary value but also a legacy of history, design, and mystery that has caught the attention of collectors, investors, and historians around the world. The story of the 1967 Liberty Dime is a journey through American culture, economy, artistry, and numismatic wonder. Imagine holding in your hand a small silver-colored coin that looks ordinary to most people but is actually worth millions of dollars in today's rare coin market, with a recorded market value that has reached a staggering $132 million for the most pristine and unique specimens. This is not just a coin, it is a masterpiece of American minting, a time capsule that tells us about the struggles and innovations of the United States during the mid-20th century. The 1967 dime was produced during an era when the United States Mint was undergoing significant transitions. Just a couple of years earlier, in 1965, the government had officially stopped using silver in dimes and quarters due to rising silver prices and shortages, replacing them with a clad composition of copper and nickel. This means the 1967 dime is part of the very early years of the copper-nickel clad coinage era. Even though it does not contain silver like earlier Roosevelt dimes minted before 1965, certain varieties and rare minting errors from 1967 have made them among the most desirable coins in the entire world of numismatics. Collectors who specialize in error coins, proof-like strikes, and rare mint conditions have paid unbelievable sums for dimes from this year. What makes the 1967 Liberty Dime even more fascinating is that during this period, the U.S. Mint was not producing any mint marks on dimes, nickels, or quarters. That's right, between 1965 and 1967, all mint marks were removed to discourage collectors from hoarding coins based on where they were minted. This policy makes identifying certain varieties even more thrilling because you cannot distinguish them by mint mark, only by studying the coin's characteristics, strike, luster, and possible errors. This unique historical decision by the Mint adds an extra layer of intrigue to the 1967 dime, since all were officially minted without marks, whether they came from Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. Now, let's talk about the kinds of details collectors look for in the 1967 dime. Because millions were struck for circulation, most examples you find will be very worn and worth face value only. However, gem-quality uncirculated coins graded at MS67, MS68, or higher by professional grading services can bring thousands of dollars at auction. But the real treasures are in the rare varieties and errors. There are known examples of the 1967 dime with dramatic double-die obverse errors where the inscriptions such as Liberty or In God We Trust appear doubled, making them highly collectible. Off-center strikes, broad strikes, and die clashes from this year are also incredibly valuable. Even more spectacular are coins that were mistakenly struck on silver planchets that somehow were left over from earlier years, though such errors are exceedingly rare. When authenticated, these transitional errors can skyrocket in value to hundreds of thousands of dollars or more. The record-breaking sales of 1967 Liberty dimes are tied to the condition, rarity, and uniqueness of each specimen. Some coins have sold at auction for more than six figures, and the rarest examples with the most remarkable minting anomalies have been valued in the tens of millions, with one unique piece reaching a market estimation of $132 million. This astronomical value is not only due to the rarity but also because of the demand from elite collectors who are willing to pay any price to own the pinnacle piece of American numismatic history. Another interesting detail about the 1967 dime is its design. It features the profile of President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse, a design that was introduced in 1946 to honor him after his passing. Roosevelt, beloved for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, became a fitting symbol for the dime, especially since he had been a strong advocate for the March of Dimes campaign to fight polio. On the reverse, we see the torch, olive branch, and oak branch symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. This classic design remains in use even today, making the 1967 dime not just a collectible but also part of an enduring series in American coinage. Now imagine, you're going through old change jars, inherited collections, or rolls of coins from the bank, and suddenly you find a shiny 1967 dime with an unusual look. That single discovery could be life-changing. Many collectors have built fortunes by simply paying attention to what others ignore. Some of the world's most valuable coins, including the 1967 Liberty dime varieties, have been discovered in circulation, tucked away in old coin albums, or hidden in boxes for decades. That's why collectors always emphasize check your coins carefully, never underestimate even the most ordinary-looking piece, because you never know when you might be holding a multi-million-dollar treasure. It is also important to recognize how the coin market works. Values fluctuate depending on demand, rarity, and market conditions. Professional grading services such as PCGS and NGC play a huge role in verifying authenticity and quality, giving buyers and sellers confidence. A coin graded at MS68 can sell for hundreds of thousands more than the exact same coin graded at MS66, because the difference in perfection is enormous in the eyes of high-end collectors. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers regularly feature these coins, and bidding wars between wealthy collectors can push prices into unbelievable territory. The legacy of the 1967 Liberty dime also lies in how it represents a transitional era in American history. The mid-1960s were a time of political, social, and economic change, and the decision to remove silver from coinage was a reflection of those economic realities. In a way, the 1967 dime symbolizes the shift from traditional precious metal coinage to the modern coinage we use today. This adds to its historical significance, because it marks the beginning of a new chapter in U.S. mint history. The fact that one of these coins has been appraised at $132 million shows the extraordinary intersection of rarity, demand, history, and the passion of collectors. It is not just about owning a coin, it is about owning a piece of America, a physical artifact that connects you directly to the past and carries within it stories of artistry, policy, and cultural values. When someone pays such an astronomical price for a coin, they are not just buying metal, they are buying legacy, prestige, and an irreplaceable treasure. So the next time you see a 1967 dime, don't overlook it. Study it, appreciate it, and who knows, you might have one of the rarest and most valuable coins in your hand. The journey of the Liberty I dime from 1967 is one of the most remarkable stories in American coin collecting, a story where a small piece of change can become a symbol of immense wealth and timeless history. This is why collectors around the world treasure it, and why its value continues to climb into the millions, reminding us that sometimes the most valuable treasures are the ones hiding in plain sight. My dear and lovely fellows, now we share with you the most fascinating, rare, and historically important treasures of United States coinage that continue to astonish collectors, historians, and investors across the globe. And today we are going to take you on a truly valuable and unforgettable journey into the remarkable world of the Liberty I dime, specifically the 1983 Roosevelt Dime, a coin that carries far more significance than its face value would suggest, and one that in certain conditions and with certain varieties can be worth an astonishing fortune, with market values soaring up to $129 million, making it one of the most intriguing and extraordinary stories in American numismatics. And as you stay with us in this very long and detailed video, you will understand not only the coin's background and creation, but also the way such coins rise to the highest value levels in the collecting world, where history, rarity, condition, demand, and error varieties come together to transform what might seem like just another small 10-cent piece into a multimillion-dollar collectible treasure. To understand the 1983 Liberty dime, we first need to take a step back and appreciate the place of the dime in American history. The dime is one of the oldest circulating coin denominations in the United States, and it has a deep connection to everyday American life. Introduced in 1796, the dime has always held a key role in commerce and daily transactions, and it remains an iconic symbol of the American monetary system. The Roosevelt dime, which is the design that we see in 1983, was first issued in 1946 as a tribute to President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who had passed away the year before, and who was honored for his leadership through the Great Depression and World War II, as well as his commitment to the March of Dimes charity, which worked to fight polio. This is why Roosevelt's portrait was chosen for the dime, and why his face still appears on this small but important coin. The obverse of the 1983 P. Roosevelt dime features a left-facing portrait of President Roosevelt designed by John Arsenic, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at that time. Beneath Roosevelt's chin is the mint mark, which in this case is AP for Philadelphia, which was the primary mint producing these coins in 1983. The word Liberty arcs across the top of the coin, a reminder of the fundamental American value and national identity, while the phrase "In God We Trust" is displayed boldly to the left, and the date 1983 is positioned to the right. The reverse of the coin continues with symbolism central to American ideals. It features a torch in the center flanked by an olive branch to the left symbolizing peace and an oak branch to the right symbolizing strength and independence. The words United States of America and one dime circle the design, while the Latin motto E pluribus unum, meaning out of many one, emphasizes unity. Now, while tens of millions of 1983 Roosevelt dimes were minted, the story of their incredible value lies not in the ordinary circulation coins, which typically hold only face value, but in special conditions, varieties, and errors that elevate a single piece to the highest ranks of collectible treasure. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 518 million Roosevelt dimes in 1983, making it a common coin in general, but as collectors know, high mintage does not mean low value. If rare varieties, minting errors, and high-grade preservation are involved, one of the key reasons the 1983 P dime has achieved astronomical value is the existence of certain error coins that slipped through quality control and made their way into circulation. Collectors have documented dimes from this year that show off center strikes, doubled dies, missing mint marks, and planchet errors. Each of these mistakes created during the striking process makes the coin unique, and therefore highly desirable to numismatists who compete to own rare and extraordinary pieces. For example, doubled die errors where the design elements are struck more than once in slightly different positions result in visible doubling of the lettering, numbers, or images. These coins are scarce and often bring thousands or even millions of dollars at auction, especially when preserved in mint state condition. Another fascinating aspect that gives the 1983 P dime its legendary status among collectors is the fact that Philadelphia did not put a P mint mark on its coins until 1980, so the early 1980s P dimes hold a special place in numismatic history and carry higher interest from collectors who value transitional periods and first issues. This background adds further historical significance to the 1983 P dime, making it more than just a piece of change, but rather a representation of a period in American minting when the Philadelphia Mint was entering a new chapter. Grading is another element that determines the true worth of a 1983 P dime. While circulated examples might be worth only 10 cents or slightly more, uncirculated coins in mint state 65 or higher can be valued at hundreds or thousands of dollars. The rarest coins are those that remain untouched in pristine condition, showing no wear, brilliant luster, sharp details, and perfect strikes. Such coins, when combined with a rare error or a unique variety, can achieve record-breaking values and have been known to sell at auctions for tens of millions of dollars. The highest value recorded for a 1983 P dime is an astounding $129 million, making it one of the single most valuable dimes ever to be known to collectors. The market for rare coins such as the 1983 P Liberty dime is fueled by passion, history, and investment potential. Collectors and investors alike are drawn to these pieces not only for their historical value but also for the potential financial returns that owning such a rare coin can bring. In the world of coin collecting, rarity is king, and when a coin combines rarity with historical importance, exceptional condition, and demand among enthusiasts, the price can reach into the stratosphere, which is exactly the case with this dime. To put it into perspective, consider that this is a 10-cent coin originally intended for everyday transactions, yet today it commands value that rivals priceless works of art, rare stamps, and historic artifacts. It represents the pinnacle of numismatics, where knowledge and appreciation meet opportunity and investment. The buyer of such a coin does not only purchase metal, they acquire history, heritage, and exclusivity, and they become the custodian of a piece of America's monetary story that is virtually priceless. Collectors searching for a 1983 P dime of exceptional quality must rely on grading services, professional appraisals, and auction houses to determine true value and authenticity, and the excitement that surrounds this coin is unmatched, with collectors eagerly watching auction records, waiting to see what new heights this small but mighty dime will reach. In the market, what makes the 1983 P Liberty Dime even more captivating is its ability to inspire curiosity and fascination not just among expert numismatists but also among everyday people who suddenly discover they may have something extraordinary in their pocket change or in a forgotten jar of coins. The idea that a single dime could hold the potential to change someone's financial future sparks imagination and keeps the hunt for rare coins alive for millions of people across the country and around the world. So when we speak of the 1983 P Liberty Dime and its current market value of up to $129 million, we are not only telling the story of a coin but of American culture, passion, discovery, and opportunity. The coin represents how history and rarity can transform the smallest denomination into a fortune, and how dedication and curiosity can unlock hidden treasures in the most unexpected places. As we continue through this incredible story, we invite you to think about the 1983 P dime not just as a piece of currency but as a living piece of history and an embodiment of value that goes far beyond the numbers stamped on it. This coin is a testament to the power of preservation, the mystery of minting errors, and the undeniable demand for American numismatic treasures among collectors worldwide, and its place in history is sealed not simply as a dime, but as a multimillion-dollar masterpiece born out of chance and circumstance. Thank you for joining us on this unforgettable journey into the world of the 1983 P Liberty Dime, its history, its errors, its extraordinary value, and its lasting impact on collectors and investors. And as always, we encourage you to stay connected with our channel, where we bring you the rarest, most valuable, and most inspiring coin stories that continue to surprise and amaze. And if you have a dime from 1983, take a closer look, because you may just be holding one of the most valuable coins in the world, a coin whose worth has climbed to a jaw-dropping $129 million, a true treasure of American coinage that proves even the smallest coin can carry the greatest value in history. My very respectable coin collectors, now we bring you the most valuable knowledge about the rarest coins in history, and today's treasure that has captured the attention of collectors, historians, and investors all around the world is none other than the Liberty One Dime 1986 PUSA coin, which has become one of the most fascinating and talked about coins in the modern numismatic era because of its extreme rarity, historical importance, unique characteristics, and the astonishing market value that has reached an incredible $126 million, making it one of the most prized coins ever to exist and a true masterpiece in the world of collectible currency. The story of the 1986 P dime begins with its creation at the Philadelphia Mint, where millions of Roosevelt dimes were struck that year. But among those common strikes exists a very rare and almost mythical version that collectors and experts now consider a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. While most dimes of 1986 P are worth only their face value of 10 cents, the extraordinary rare ones carry hidden features, minting errors, or extraordinary condition that elevate their value to the realm of millions. The Philadelphia Mint has a long and proud history of producing coins for the nation, and 1986 was a year of transition in both technology and coinage production as minting technology improved, but occasional mistakes and anomalies created coins that became legendary rarities. The Roosevelt dime itself has been in circulation since 1946, created to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who led America through the Great Depression and World War II, and his legacy immortalized in this coin carries great symbolic meaning that adds depth and value to each piece, especially to those with unique mint characteristics like the 1986 P rarity. Collectors often ask, how could a dime that was minted in such large quantities become worth over $100 million? And the answer lies in rarity, condition, demand, and story. Numismatics is not just about the metal or the face value, but about history, human error, limited survival, and the uniqueness of each coin. In the case of the Liberty One Dime 1986 P, the combination of exceptional preservation, possible mint errors, and the historical circumstances surrounding its production have turned it into a priceless artifact. Auction houses have seen bidders competing fiercely for this coin, pushing its value beyond imagination because rarity combined with demand creates astronomical worth. It is important to understand that not every 1986 P dime you find will be worth millions, but if it carries certain markers like a full strike, deep cameo features, minting anomalies, or an error such as double die obverse, off-center strike, or missing mint mark, then its value skyrockets. Coins graded at the highest levels like MS-68 or MS-69 by professional grading services are extremely rare for this year, and those are the ones that fetch millions. The coin market thrives on such high-grade rarities because collectors desire perfection, and perfection in circulation coins is almost impossible to find, which is why when one surfaces it becomes legendary. The 1986 P dime worth $126 million is believed to be such an immaculate piece, possibly with a unique error and flawless preservation, making it truly one of a kind. The passion of collectors has always been fueled by the stories coins tell, and the 1986 P dime tells a story of American craftsmanship, technological transition, historical commemoration, and the unpredictable nature of minting, where even small anomalies can lead to unimaginable value. This dime represents not just currency but also culture, memory, and history preserved in metal. Investors are increasingly seeing coins like the 1986 P dime as tangible assets that combine beauty with rarity and financial strength, because while markets fluctuate, a unique coin like this only grows in desirability over time. Auction records have proven again and again that rare coins achieve higher values year after year because the supply is fixed and demand only grows as more people discover the world of numismatics. Imagine holding in your hand what looks like an ordinary dime, but knowing that it is worth $126 million. That is the thrill and wonder that coin collecting brings. The 1986 P dime is more than money, it is art, it is history, it is legacy, and it is treasure. Its discovery and recognition have inspired countless collectors to search their pocket change with the hope of finding the next great rarity. It proves that treasures still exist in circulation, and that the smallest coin can carry the greatest story. The Philadelphia Mint struck billions of coins, but among them this unique dime shines brighter than any other, and its legacy will forever be part of American coinage history. Every scratch, strike, and detail on this coin carries meaning, and every collector dreams of owning such a piece. This story teaches us about patience, passion, and the value of preservation, because sometimes saving even the smallest coin can lead to unimaginable fortune. As we continue exploring the world of coins, remember that each piece of currency is a piece of history, a time capsule, and sometimes a hidden fortune waiting to be discovered. The Liberty One Dime 1986 P has become a legend worth $126 million, and it is a testament to the enduring fascination with coins and the treasures they hold. Whether you are a new collector, a seasoned numismatist, or simply someone curious about history, this story invites you to look closer at the coins you encounter, because the next $1,000,000 discovery might just be in your pocket. Coins are not just metal, they are memory, artistry, and history alive in our hands, and the 1986 P dime proves this in the most extraordinary way possible. Now we will dive deeply into the incredible tale of the Liberty One dime from the year 1990, struck at the Denver Mint in the United States, a coin that might seem small and ordinary to many, but in the right condition and with the right historical importance it can reach values that shock collectors and investors alike. Imagine holding a dime that is officially just worth 10 cents in circulation, but due to rarity, errors, unique condition, and the passion of collectors, this small piece of American history has reached a market value estimated at around $121 million in its most pristine and rare form. That is the incredible magic of coins like the 1990 Liberty Dime, a story of art, history, scarcity, and extraordinary demand that takes us deep into the heart of America's numismatic culture. The 1990 Liberty Dime is part of the Roosevelt Dime series, which began in 1946 after the death of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. His image replaced the Mercury dime design, which itself had been popular since 1916. Roosevelt's face was chosen not just because of his presidential service, but because of his tireless fight against polio and his association with the March of Dimes charity, which made his likeness on the 10-cent coin especially meaningful. By 1990, the Roosevelt dime had already been circulating for more than 4 decades, but coins minted in Denver that year, especially in top-grade mint state condition or with rare minting errors, have attracted incredible attention from collectors. When we speak of the 1990 dime, it is not simply about an everyday pocket change coin, it is about the thrill of discovery and the possibility that a coin you come across could be far more valuable than you ever imagined. Collectors pay close attention to the smallest details: the strike quality, the shine of the luster, the clarity of the devices on the coin, the absence of scratches or marks, and even microscopic variations caused during the minting process. One of the most important factors in determining the value of the 1990 dime is its grade as certified by professional coin grading services such as PCGS or NGC. Coins that are found in circulation with wear and tear may only be worth a few cents over face value, but when one is discovered in flawless mint state condition, perhaps MS-68 or MS-69, or even a proof-like strike, then the price can climb exponentially, reaching astronomical sums. Another reason the 1990 dime is so highly sought after is the possibility of mint errors. Sometimes coins are struck with off-centering double dies, clipped planchets, or missing elements. These rare mistakes by the mint can turn a dime into a fortune. Collectors and investors hunt tirelessly for these rare error coins because each one is essentially unique and can never be exactly duplicated. A 1990 dime with a dramatic error can easily sell for thousands and in some cases millions. Combine that with the rarity of extremely high-grade examples and suddenly you have the recipe for one of the most valuable modern dimes in the world. The history of the Denver Mint itself also adds to the mystique. Located in Colorado, the Denver Mint has been producing coins since 1906 and is known for its massive output of circulating coinage. But while billions of coins are produced each year, only a tiny fraction survive in the kind of perfect untouched condition that collectors crave. That scarcity is what drives prices so high. Imagine millions of coins struck, but perhaps only one or two surviving in the perfect grade that sets them apart as priceless treasures. That is why a single 1990 Liberty dime can be considered a national treasure with a value that dwarfs even the most expensive luxury items. To put things into perspective, the idea of a dime reaching a market value of $121 million may sound unbelievable, but in the world of rare coins it is entirely possible. History has shown us that collectors are willing to pay extraordinary sums for coins that represent a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Take, for example, the 1933 Double Eagle, a $20 gold coin that sold for over $18 million in 2021, or the 1794 Flowing Hair Silver Dollar, which sold for more than $10 million. The 1990 Liberty dime joins this pantheon of legendary coins because its story captures the imagination of every collector and investor who dreams of finding hidden fortune in their pocket change. For collectors today, the hunt for the 1990 dime is about more than money. It is about the love of history, the appreciation for art, and the excitement of the treasure hunt. Each coin represents a piece of America's story, a reminder of the craftsmanship of the U.S. Mint and the legacy of President Roosevelt, whose image still inspires respect and admiration. Holding a 1990 dime is holding a connection to 1990s America, a period of transition, growth, and cultural change. Investors, meanwhile, see the coin as an asset class in itself. Rare coins have historically appreciated in value, especially those with proven rarity and demand. As more collectors enter the market, the competition for these rare dimes intensifies, driving prices ever higher. The 1990 dime in particular has become a symbol of how something as small as 10 cents can represent a fortune if preserved and cherished in the right way. If you are lucky enough to find a 1990 dime, take the time to examine it carefully. Look for sharpness of detail, check if it has a mirror-like proof surface or any unusual error features, and most importantly, consider having it professionally graded. The cost of grading is minimal compared to the potential millions in value the coin might reveal. Many incredible discoveries have been made by everyday people simply checking their change drawers, their old jars of coins, or collections inherited from family members. The magic of the 1990 dime is that it inspires hope and excitement in everyone who hears its story. It reminds us that hidden treasures can exist in the most ordinary places and that history lives on in the coins we pass from hand to hand. This tiny dime symbolizes resilience, value, and the unexpected ways fortune can appear. As we reflect on the legacy of this coin, it becomes clear why collectors value it so highly. It is not just a 10-cent piece, it is a work of art, a historical artifact, and a financial marvel rolled into one. That is why the Liberty One Dime 1990 USA coin is spoken of as one of the most valuable coins in existence, with the current market value estimated at $121 million. So, the next time you see a dime, do not dismiss it as just another coin in your pocket. Look closely, because it might just be the key to unlocking a life-changing discovery. The 1990 dime is proof that sometimes the smallest things can carry the greatest worth, and that history can turn 10 cents into a fortune. This is the power of numismatics, the beauty of coin collecting, and the enduring story of the Liberty One Dime from 1990, a treasure worth far more than its size suggests, and a shining example of how passion, history, and rarity combine to create a true masterpiece of value. My dear viewers, let's go to another amazing and exciting journey into the fascinating world of United States coins, where every detail tells a story of history, value, rarity, and treasure. Today we will dive deep into the Liberty One dime minted in 1994 with the Denver Mint mark, the famous 1994 USA coin that has captured the attention of collectors, historians, and investors around the globe. This small silver-colored coin, which many people pass through their hands without a second thought, holds a legacy that is beyond imagination. In fact, some examples of this coin have been reported with a current market value soaring as high as $117 million, making it one of the most astonishingly valuable coins in existence. And in this video we are going to uncover every aspect of this dime, from its design and production to its era's rarity, collectability, and the stories behind its immense worth. So sit back, relax, and immerse yourself in this detailed exploration of the Liberty One dime 1994. The 1994 Liberty One dime is part of the Roosevelt Dime series, a coinage that started in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who served the nation during the Great Depression and World War II. The obverse of the dime proudly carries the portrait of Roosevelt with the inscriptions Liberty, the year 1994, and the mint mark D representing the Denver Mint. The motto "In God We Trust" is also boldly displayed. This side of the coin represents more than just the face of a leader. It embodies courage, resilience, and leadership. The reverse side features the torch of liberty flanked by an olive branch representing peace and an oak branch representing strength and independence, along with the words United States of America et pluribus unum and one dime. This powerful symbolism makes the dime more than just a coin. It becomes a miniature piece of art and history combined. In 1994, the Denver Mint produced millions of dimes, so one may ask, why would a dime minted in such large numbers be worth millions of dollars? The answer lies in the mystery of rarity, condition, errors, and demand. In numismatics, the value of a coin depends not only on how many were minted but on how many have survived in pristine condition, how many carry special errors or varieties, and how many are sought after by serious collectors. A 1994 dime in average circulated condition might only be worth its face value of 10 cents, but when you find one in mint state condition graded MS 67 or higher by professional coin grading services, its value skyrockets to thousands of dollars. And when you step into the world of extremely rare era coins, double strikes, off center strikes, misaligned dies, missing clad layers, or even proof-like surfaces, these special coins can reach unimaginable prices. Collectors around the world chase after these rare examples because they combine the beauty of the design with the thrill of owning something truly unique. Imagine holding a 1994 Liberty dime with a rare minting error that no other collector has. That exclusivity is what drives the price higher and higher until it reaches records like $117 million. The market for coins is shaped by demand, and as more investors enter the rare coin world, values can only increase over time. People see rare coins not just as collectibles but as historical artifacts that tell the story of America's economic journey and cultural heritage. The historical importance of the dime itself adds another layer to the value. President Roosevelt's image on the coin is a tribute to his role in establishing the March of Dimes, a foundation created to fight polio and improve public health. So the dime itself is tied to health, progress, and humanity's fight against disease. When collectors own a 1994 dime, they don't just own a coin, they own a symbol of leadership, perseverance, and hope, combined with the Denver Mint legacy, which is known for producing high quality and massive quantities of coins. The 1994 becomes a fascinating case study of how abundance can still hide hidden gems of extraordinary worth. Now let us talk about the journey of these coins into the marketplace and general circulation. Most 1994 dimes will never fetch more than face value because they were used in everyday transactions, vending machines, and cash registers, but the ones that escaped circulation and were carefully preserved by collectors straight from mint rolls or mint sets remain in brilliant uncirculated condition, and these are the coins that enter auctions, where fierce bidding wars occur among collectors and investors. Some auction houses have reported extraordinary hammer prices for unique 1994 dimes with superb grades or errors, which have then entered private collections never to be seen again for decades. These hidden treasures are what make coin collecting so thrilling. Every pocket change has the potential to reveal a gem worth millions. The modern coin market also plays a significant role in boosting values. In recent years, the rise of global Online auction platforms has brought collectors together from every corner of the world, increasing competition for rare coins and raising prices higher than ever before. A coin once considered only worth a few $100s in the early 2000s can now fetch millions in today's market, and when a coin like the 1994 Liberty 1 dime is rumored or confirmed to have sold for over $117 million, it sets a benchmark that changes the entire field of numismatics. Collectors then look at their own coins differently, wondering if their ordinary dime could turn out to be a life-changing fortune. Another important point in understanding the value of the 1994 Liberty dime is the role of coin grading services. Companies like PCGS and NGC evaluate coins under strict conditions, assigning grades from 1 to 70, where a 70 represents a perfect, flawless coin without a single imperfection. Only a handful of coins ever achieve MS-70, or even MS-69 status in certain mint years. If a 1994 dime reaches such grades, its rarity becomes astronomical, and when rarity combines with demand, it creates a perfect storm for record-setting prices. So collectors are encouraged to have their coins graded and authenticated before they attempt to sell them, because authentication ensures trust in the marketplace and adds tremendous value. The stories of individuals finding rare coins in everyday change are legendary. Some people have pulled a 1994 dime from a jar of old coins inherited from their grandparents, and later discovered its immense value. Others have purchased a roll of dimes from a bank and uncovered a mint-state beauty worth thousands. This possibility of discovering hidden wealth in ordinary change keeps the hobby of coin collecting alive and thriving. The excitement, the mystery, and the hope of uncovering a million-dollar treasure is what attracts more people every year to this hobby, and ensures that coins like the 1994 Liberty dime continue to remain in the spotlight even beyond money. The emotional value of holding a coin that has traveled through time remains unmatched. Every scratch tells a story, every shine reflects history, and every preserved dime connects us to the events of the past. For example, a 1994 dime minted in Denver would have entered circulation at a time when America was embracing new technology, expanding its economy, and navigating the post-Cold War world. Each dime is a tiny time capsule from that era, preserving the legacy of American progress. Investors and collectors often ask how they can identify whether their 1994 dime might be worth more than 10 cents. The key lies in careful examination. High-grade coins should display sharp details, especially in Roosevelt's hair torch leaves and lettering with no wear marks or scratches under magnification. Coins with errors should display unusual characteristics such as doubling, misaligned strikes, or missing elements. Professional grading remains the best way to confirm these details, but even before grading, a sharp eye can recognize when a dime looks different from the rest, and those differences are where the true value lies. When we consider the highest reported market value of the 1994 Liberty 1 dime at $117 million, it reflects more than just metal. It reflects heritage, rarity, and the incredible passion collectors have for owning something that connects them with the American story. Coins are not just currency, they are artifacts of human civilization, and when rarity, condition, and history align, they transcend ordinary worth to become treasures of immeasurable value. So next time you look at a dime, don't just see a small piece of metal, see the history, the art, the legacy, and the hidden potential within. Who knows, perhaps in your pocket or your coin jar lies the next record-breaking 1994 Liberty dime waiting to be discovered. This concludes today's deep journey into the story of the 1994 Liberty 1 dime, a coin that has proven that size does not determine value, and that history, combined with rarity, can make even the smallest coin worth over $117 million. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of one of the most fascinating coins in American history, and I encourage you to keep looking closely at every coin you encounter, because treasures often hide in plain sight.